Okay guys, today we are gonna make it roads. Why we are gonna make it roads? Because intersection is always a problem. How can you blend the roads to the lanes, all of that? For artists that's very important, and sometimes we have that on our scene and we don't know how to make it. I will show you here that it's very easy. Before that, if you are interested in EV real time, how to get realistic vibe and realistic lighting and feeling combining EV and cycles, so you have real time and you have ray trace all together, making everything more consistent and more realistic. Just check it out, this course that I just released on Hotmart, and it's so fast. It has 3 hours of lessons and you go from scratch to the very end for the very realistic lighting in EV using just whatever, it depends on your video card, but still delivering in one click something around 40 seconds per frame. That's the average, 40 seconds, 30 seconds, and that depends on the video card. But for animation it's amazing because sometimes ambient occlusion in EV flicks, screen space reflection flicks all together with ambient occlusion and lighting as well. So to avoid flickering, just go for that approach I'm showing you there. In 3 hours you can learn everything. Okay, just check that out. Let's go back. To create a road, I will create a plane and I will just extrude these guys here. Extrude here, this guy. I will just create basic road. Okay, now select everything, or better, just the vertex here. Ctrl Shift B, so I basically bevel that. Select everything and limited solve. You can mesh this, clean up, limited solve, basically the anyone. You see, I destroyed my entire UVW, but doesn't really matter for me now. I don't care about that. Okay. Now what I will do is I will just select these ads here, here. Okay, here. This guy's here. Okay. Bring it up, extrude it down, separate. That's gonna be my curve, and from here I bring it up again, select everything, and that's gonna be my sidewalk. For my sidewalk, I will press Alt E and extrude along the normals. That's gonna be my sidewalk. Okay, I will just move into the faces, delete this face, the bottom face, like that. Alt and flip just to have my normals correct. Okay, and here I'm gonna get my curve. That's gonna be my curve. Okay, I will select them, Alt E along normals as well. Something like this is good enough. So I will delete the bottom as I try to avoid as much as I can big geometry. Okay, I will bring this guy down, maybe something like this. Okay, that's good enough for what we want. Let's just delete these faces here as well. Why I delete that? Because I want to chamfer just this guy. I want to bevel just this guy. I'm using chamfer because chamfer is the language you use for this kind of thing in 3D Max. So I've been a 3D Max user for a long time and I just got used to it. Okay? Okay, so we have these shade smooth. We go here, auto smooth. Okay, that's fine. For that, we will put it down. The sidewalk, we will put it down. Okay. Something like this. For the sidewalk, we will apply something different. We will do a mix of modifiers. First, edge split, and I'm just gonna show you with the angle. Solidify. Solidify is the same as max as a oh my goodness, I forgot the name now. You just create the thickness in your face. So, and then you go to bevel. Now we have, it's beveling all the lines, but that's not what we want. Okay, in this case, let's grab the sidewalk, let's grab the curb, all of them, because we want to follow the same pattern of division. Okay, and in this case, we'll select both, go to edit mode, Alt Z, we can see through. Okay, I don't like the way we see through in X-ray here. I don't want to see everything. Okay, blend by default. Okay, and then I select the edges here, 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 and here, and I subdivide it. With the right mouse button, subdivide it, and we choose how many subdivisions we want. That's a good amount of subdivisions. Okay, that seems pretty cool. That seems pretty good. Okay, in this case, we go back here. We just select those edges for us. Ctrl Z. Yep. Okay, same thing here. Up, up, here, here, here. Okay, and these guys here as well. Why I don't select everything? Because we don't want to have all of them all together having a group. We just having some. We just want some. Actually, we are telling Blender which one we want. Okay. In this case, now here the right mouse button we mark as a sharp. So now we have them as a sharp. So why is that? Because instead of using the edge split for the chamfer, you're gonna use the edge split for just for the sharp. Okay, and now we fix the bevel. Okay, right here. If we try to apply the same modifiers we have here for here, let's see how it goes. It's gonna be crazy because the solidifier is gonna blow up the whole thing. I think so. Okay, but let's try it out and see. Okay, we select the curves first, the sidewalk, then Ctrl L, and we copy the modifiers. Okay, you see, I told you, because of the solidifier is getting crazy, so we don't want that much solidifier. Okay, just a little bit. Okay, just what makes sense to be. Maybe something like that. Okay, no issues. Okay, no issues at all, no visible issues. Okay, that's all cool. Okay, now we're gonna grab a road, select that, insert, insert, insert again. Okay, we insert again, and now we have this thing here, which is our lane, and we're gonna select that, copy, put it up, separate from the other mesh, select those faces here, just delete them. Okay, let's straight those points just to make it cool. Okay, the same thing here. Same thing here. Okay, now we're gonna grab this guy and put it down. Select everything, Shift N again, just to invert the face, the normals. Okay, now if we go to render, we'll see that's what we have right now here. Okay, if we take the curve, if we take just the lane as we have it here, apply a material, let's put it lane white. Okay, the point of this asphalt, let me make asphalt. For now I will just show you the basic for preparation for the material. For this material we are gonna use ambient occlusion. Ambient occlusion here, and we will use the ambient occlusion for the alpha, but with inside local. That's what we want. Okay, we want from the edge to the, so it doesn't seem so rush. It doesn't seem that rush, you know, combining the. The idea is to make it look like painted. So we will go for. We will crush. We will clamp a bit more, something like that. That's what we want. That's what we want. Okay. But for now, we have shadows being casted, so we don't want to have shadows being casted, and we don't want to have any diffuse being casted. So now you can see that we have a nice blending material, okay? But we have these edges going on here, okay? We don't want to see those edges, and the reason we are seeing that is because right now this material is being applied for everything, okay? So in this case we will cast a transparent, we will get a transparent shader, combine them, okay, and I'm gonna get the information from my geometry, and the back face will make sure that it will delete everything that goes behind, so we don't see that anymore. Okay, so that is the base. That's the base. Okay, let's set up the base for the sidewalk as well. Okay, sidewalk, I'm gonna get my geometry, okay, color mix, multiply, and I will use random per island here as a factor. And now we can see that we have this distinction, right? Because this is using that for multiplying. And how I'm gonna control that? Using a color ramp here and smoothing out, but we still have some difference, right? That's it. And now we are gonna go for texturing the asphalt. Okay, let's grab our asphalt and select everything. You project from the view, so now we have asphalt projected here. We will use this UV just for painting, right? So it doesn't need to be that fancy or that accurate. Okay, now we're gonna grab a texture from the asphalt. Okay, and I will grab this texture over here. I think this one is pretty good. Okay, but I will use that as a blend. I will use that as an object blend like this. Okay, I'm not using the UV. I'm using this mode for texturing, which I'm gonna explain you why I'm using this. Okay, I'm gonna bring a value here for the scale, so I will scale something like this, something like this, maybe. Yeah, all right. And I will take this for this horizontal, okay, and for that I will do this 5. Yeah, okay, let's see if it's working here. Bring it something like this, okay, something like that. Okay, that works well. Okay, but now we have just one direction going on, and that's the secret of painting in Blender. I will grab this guy, just copy and make these 90 degrees instead. Okay, use the same value for the scale. Now we have the mix. Okay, the mix is basically changing the direction of the road. Okay, and that's gonna be changed by the texture painting. So let's create a texture, image texture, new one, alpha, paint, well, whatever name you want to call it. Okay, doesn't really matter. We select this guy here. All right, and now let's paint that. Select your road and you go to texture paint. Texture paint. Let's grab this guy, put it here, and bring the color, the gamma, so we can see that darker. Okay, darker. Okay, now let's paint it. We went to paint it, we make sure that we have that into alpha paint, and then now we start to make the other direction shows up here instead of this direction. Okay, and Shift X, you keep changing from black to white. Okay, I think now we have a nice blending. If we go to render, we will see. You see? Now we have the blending going on. Okay? So yeah, for here, for the lane, we have this texture. So what we need to do is add a noise texture here. Noise texture, oops, texture noise, hide the noise texture, another gradient ramp, texture to the gradient ramp, and combine them. Let's combine them into a multiplier. What just happened? It just happened that we have one thing and now we have a noise going on. And for that noise, we will use object as well. And we scale up. You see what's going on? You can see. Let's clip the noise, something like this, okay? Something like that, okay? Now we have our lane going on here. You can go and go to details so you can have more details in the texturing. You can clip it more, okay? Something like that. Scale that even more, right? Make the imperfections. The imperfections make everything perfect, okay? And then you use the same approach for create the rest of the lanes. Let's say you have a lane here, yellow one, you know, the lanes for pedestrian cross the street or wherever, okay? Let's go for the sidewalk. For the curb, we will create another material called curb. Good. But we have the sidewalk approach. This we will Ctrl C and Ctrl V. Basic, just like that. And now we have some difference in between the curves, okay? But we still can use something even fancier, which is another ambient occlusion. Oh my goodness, why this guy is using so much ambient occlusion? Because it's awesome. Okay, something like that, and then you say, oh my goodness, that's terrible. You move it to inside instead, and local instead. Okay, and then you bring the distance down just like that. See, just like that. Something like that. Okay, bring it here, just like that. And then we go to clamp, color ramp. Color ramp, our best friend. We invert that. Okay, we invert that. So we have some dirtiness going on the sidewalk, all over the sidewalk. And we also can use the bevel to tell Blender, oh, pay attention on the bevel. Now it's paying attention on the bevel. And we can go here to the noise. Just let's use what we have, right? We don't need to stress so much. Ctrl C, and then we go here. Ctrl V. Oops. Bring it up. Then we mix them. Oh my goodness, in multiply mode. And see what is going on. Oh my goodness, I'm creating noisy and imperfections. Lots of imperfections going on here. Okay? That's more or less what we want. That's more or less what we want. Okay? Clumping those imperfections, something like that. And here we can use whatever color we want for that. We can even use more kind of browny color or something for the sidewalk. And in this guy here, that's when we are gonna apply our texture. Oh, not here, sorry, not here. Not here at all. Here. Here. Bam. There you go. And then let's go for, I don't know, asphalt. No, I'm going to concrete. To be honest, concrete. Seamless. Seamless. That's a good one. Okay, let's do this. Let's do this, folks. and then we go blend box. Let's not waste our time with. Okay, that sounds good. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna grab my curve and copy the texture, copy the materials. To be honest, okay, that doesn't work. It works just terrible. Oh my goodness, it works just terrible. But that's fine. Let's make this another material, curve. And the problem is here is probably our ambient occlusion. Yes, problem is our ambient occlusion, and I know why is that. It's because because the solidify is creating a mesh which is extremely close to the curve. Okay, that's pretty much it. So in this case, let's leave it like that, it's making a nice curve, and let's make it just a bit brighter. Let's use it as a screen. Okay. Just a bit brighter from the sidewalk, something like that. Okay. And I can even use this screen over here, okay, because I would preserve the rest, right? And we can maybe take this, multiply, and make it a bit more different, right? So we will have a bit more differentiation per island. Okay, how can we manage this differentiation per island? Just here, see, brightness, other one's less brightness, see, something like that, right? Okay, folks, that's pretty much it. And now here you can go and do your bumpness. No, I like to apply the same material to the specular, you know, so we have kind of more stronger roads, and to the bumpness as well, so we have bumping going on everywhere. Okay, we have some bumping, see, something like that. And to be even more realistic, you could apply your roads texture behind the lanes. It's not necessary, I think that's good enough for now. Let's apply the light and see how it goes. Okay, that's it, that's pretty much it. Very solid, very solid. I hope you guys like it. See you soon.